Generally, at the secondary school level, the students that we're looking at for pause prompt praise are what we define as our low progress readers. So they haven't, for whatever reason, been able to maintain comprehension and be reading at their chronological age. So they are students who need support to develop strategies to read independently, fluently, successfully.
What pause prompt praise can do is offer the parent effective strategies to respond to words that the child reads as an error. And the more effectively we can change the behaviour of the parents or the tutor, the more effectively they will change the behaviour of the reader, the faster that process will happen. And it can happen quite quickly.
At secondary school level, if they arrive in year 9 and they're reading at a 8, 9, 7-year-old level, they're generally well aware that they're not successful readers. So in many cases, they're not confident about their ability to read and even resistant. They have low self-esteem when it comes to reading, so there's a bit of an emotional challenge. And so what we talk about is it's not that they can't read, it's the way that we've focused on teaching them to read in many cases hasn't worked. So when we say we say we as teachers and perhaps we as parents. Some of the practices that we've used for whatever reason haven't been successful. So we need to look at different strategies. We need to expand our toolkit as people who support reading, as teachers, as parents, so that the children have more tools to apply when they're reading. The students that we have in pause prompt praise have particular reading behaviours, and in order for them to be more successful, we need to change some of those behaviours. So instead of accepting that they can just stop at a word and be told the word, we need to change that behaviour so when they encounter a word that they're not sure of, they know that they've got some strategies that they can draw on to unpack that word, to unpack the text. Often that means that as tutors, we need to change our behaviour as well and change the way that we've been supporting our students, because in most cases sometimes we've only given them the one strategy, which might be sounding out, or it might be giving them the word. The quicker we can change our behaviour so that we're really pinpointing and giving them the specific prompts for the specific errors, the quicker they're likely to change their behaviour and have a more successful reading experience. And reread that sentence again.
Hey, he said, sitting up and pointing. Does it seem really quiet out here, out there? The others followed his gaze. He was right. Outside the cage, the waiting area was completely empty.
Oh, nice, Belly Boo. And I like the way you did a couple of self-corrections in there. Which one was really quiet out there. You said here first and then changed it to there, car point.
It is a kind of a upward moving spiral, because as soon as the kid feels safe in self-correcting, in having a go, and even if he self-corrects and it's still not quite right, he can get some positive feedback for trying. And once the child responds, then the parents are reinforced for using the strategies and seeing that their kid is actually learning and that they can make some predictions. In fact, one of the strategies we use in training is to tell the tutors, your job is to do yourself out of a job. Because if you do these procedures correctly for a small number of sessions, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, you'll find the kid isn't making so many errors because he's becoming more accurate. And those he does make, he's more likely to self-correct. Once the kid's reading the text and making very few errors and showing that he can self-correct, from our point of view, that's time to give him a more challenging text.
The ball soared way down the field and swerved.
What was that?
Swerved.
Well done. I really like the way that you self-corrected.
There's a lot of thinking that's going on in behind the poker face when you're a tutor. You're thinking about the behaviour of your student. You're watching their body language, you're listening to their voice and how fluently they're reading, and you're responding with the prompting based on the clues they're giving you in terms of the support that they need. You've got to learn to read that behaviour and respond to it, and it takes practice.
Closer towards, or creeping closer towards orange.
Excellent, that was a good self-correction.